These real rooms is in Watford, and I'm very pleased to be outside the Gurley family home. Pleased but a little...
Hey, I was watching that.
You haven't got time. Your appointment's in less than 45 minutes. Tina, you didn't drink this?
Sorry. I'm being as quick as I can.
They said on the radio there's roadworks on Queen's Drive, so we'll have to go around the park. It's always busy this time of day.
All right, all right.
Just don't want you to be late, that's all.
I run a department of 28 people, Roy. I can make a doctor's appointment on my own, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm only trying to help. I'll go and get the car started.
Anyway, today I've got to go.
Oh. No! The computer's crashed again!
Oh, you better get someone in to see to it.
Oh, thanks, Ruth. I hadn't thought of that.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Kate's got someone coming out later. It's the second man this week.
Anyway, I know this job inside out. And if I say so myself, I'm not half bad at the job I do.
I think you are brilliant. I think that all nurses are.
But with this new local health authority scheme, I'm going to be really stretched, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, as an integrated nurse, I'm going to be doing things I've never done before. I'm going to have more responsibilities. It's only 2 days a week, but I'll be out there on their territory. I feel safe here. It's like my home.
Oh, I don't know what you're worried about. Listen, a verruca is a verruca, whether it's here or in somebody's house, isn't it? Hello, Riverside. Oh, hello, Nan.
I'm at the doctor's. I've had some bad news.
Bad news? What's the matter?
Well, I've just been to see that lovely Dr. Khan. You know, he's the one that did my you-know-what.
Look, Nan, what is the matter?
Well, he's leaving me. He's going back to Pakistan.
I suppose I better be going.
Oh, dear.
Thanks for the support.
Oh, no, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking... Never mind. So, who's your new doctor, then?
That is why I'm calling you, to see if you've got any recommendations.
I don't understand you, Nan.
Oh, never mind. I'll explain when I get there.
You're coming here, now?
I sometimes think having a conversation with you is like talking to our goldfish.
The answer to our prayers.
Rescue package? What are they doing here?
Perhaps Joe would like to explain the problem.
All right. Looks like they're doing some troubleshooting.
Selling some useless, outdated programme with lots of bells and whistles, more like. Bunch of cowboys.
Roy.
Well, he's just a kid. What does he know?
Here we go.
Well, it drives me mad. I could do his job standing on my head.
Oh, Roy, grow up.
That's the problem, isn't it? I'm too old.
I don't know why I bother.
Just what is your problem?
My problem?
How's your little problem?
Oh, I think we're getting on fine. Luke's very on the ball.
Send Mrs. Bennett through in a minute, will you, Jo?
Yeah, all right.
This is nice. What do you think our front room would look like in burnt orange?
Burnt orange? Don't you like it the way it is?
Just thinking, for a change, you know.
Tina Bennett.
See you later.
Yeah, I think I will head off, if you don't mind.
Fine, I'm going to do some shopping when I've finished here and I'll get a taxi home.
Home around lunchtime?
I should think so. A couple of hours at least.
All right. See you later.
Right, just through there, yeah?
It's just, I'm not really feeling myself at the moment. I get breathless a lot. Start to feel a bit panicky. Feel a bit breathless just thinking about it.
I see. Anything else?
I've been getting a lot of hot flushes. Sometimes I'm so hyper I can't sit still. And I get very snappy, especially with Roy.
Your husband?
Yeah. We just seem to be arguing all the time.
And how long have you been feeling like this?
A few months now. And I missed my period this month.
Are your periods normally regular?
You could set the clock by them.
Do you think you could be pregnant?
No, I've done a test. It's not that. I think I might be going through the menopause.
How's it going?
Oh, another half an hour at least.
Right. Well, thank God for paper and pen, eh?
Kate? Yeah? Talking about appointments, just a question. Are patients allowed to change their doctor?
Of course.
And are they allowed to change their practice if they're not happy with the one they've got?
Well, in principle, yeah, but we don't like to encourage the idea that patients can pick and choose. We wouldn't want everyone turning up, changing their doctor just because they didn't like them. It'd be chaos.
Yeah, I know. It's just that my nan was thinking of coming to Riverside.
Well, where does she live?
It's Kimberley Road. It's Broadwalk Estate.
Yeah, well, that is in our catchment area, but we're pretty full.
I know, but she's ever so nice, and she is my nan.
Is she well?
Yeah, she's fine.
No. Is she somebody who, does she see the doctor a lot?
No, she's tough as old boots.
Well, look, I can't promise anything, and you have to talk to one of the doctors, OK?
Oh, thanks, Kate.
When's she going to come in?
Any minute now.
You're really quite young to be experiencing the menopause, but it's not unheard of, so we'll check your hormone levels and see what's going on. If you are experiencing the menopause, then there's a number of things we can do to ease the symptoms and help you cope.
Great. Thanks, Dr. Thompson. I want to get this sorted out. I've been like a bear with a sore head for the last few months.
How are things at work? Not under too much pressure?
No more than usual.
And these symptoms, the breathlessness, anxiety, do you ever get them at work?
No. In many ways, I'm happiest at work. I suppose I can lose myself in it, you know.
No, I haven't had a chance to talk to the doctors yet, Nan, so I don't know if any of them could fit you in today.
Oh, don't you worry about that, love. I'll be the one that does the choosing.
Nan?
Mrs. Hell, I've heard so much about you.
Oh, I've heard about you, I know.
Really?
Oh, yes. Sunday lunch wouldn't be the same without our Joanna regaling us with stories about what you lot get up to here. Like the time you didn't set the fire alarm properly and the fire brigade kept turning up and then they had to come back again because you set the staff room alight with your toast.
I think you'll find that was Dr. Powers.
Yes, well, I might have exaggerated a little bit. Come on, Nan, why don't we go out to my office?
Still not found the solution, then? You should get my Roy to take a look. He's great with computers.
He's doing a great job. You'll have it fixed in no time, won't you, Luke?
How is Roy these days?
Well, not so good since he lost his job.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Anything on the horizon?
Nothing. He must apply for 15, 20 jobs a week. He's had 3 interviews. They don't say, but he knows why he doesn't get the jobs. He's too old.
How old is he again?
47.
Difficult age to start over.
Oh, especially in his field. Computer software design's a young person's world, as you can see. Thank you.
You've got to watch what you say, Nan. Doctors are very important people.
Oh, she's not a doctor, she's just a lackey.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can't muck them about. If you want them to do you a favour, you've got to act like you think they're important, even if they're not.
Just you stop right there, my girl. They've got no reason to think they're better than us just because they've got a few fancy letters after their name. Oh, we pay their wages. All my working life I've paid into the National Health Service. So now I expect the best. Which means they've got to be nice to me.
It doesn't work like that, Nan.
Oh, listen to yourself, Joanna. They're not gods. Without you, that place had come to a grinding halt.
Oh, Nan.
Oh. That's what I'm looking for.
That's Mac.
Right.
He's a senior partner.
Morning, Joe.
Hiya.
Hello. Oh, I'd like to meet him.
Have you done a hormone test?
We're sending it off today, so we should know quite soon, but she's pretty young to be going through the menopause.
How young?
42.
Yeah, that's pretty uncommon, but it can happen.
That's what I thought.
But?
I'm just not convinced. She's not presenting all the usual symptoms. She's only missed 1 period and she doesn't have the panic attacks at work.
Panic attacks?
Well, that's kind of how she describes the symptoms.
So where does she have them?
At home, mostly. Apparently there's a lot of arguing with the husband.
Tetchiness. Well, that's not uncommon, not during the menopause.
True, but she doesn't have them at work. I think she feels quite pressurised at home. He's been out of work for some time.
Ah, she's the breadwinner, well, that could have something to do with it. Look, if you're worried, why don't you get them both in?
I'll probably wait till the results come back. Probably just jumping to conclusions anyway. Thanks, Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry to bother you. I was wondering if you could do me a favour.
What favour?
Well, it's my nan. She needs to change doctors. I wonder if you could fit her in this afternoon.
Joe, you've seen my list. Can't you see someone else?
She specifically asked for you. She said that only the best was good enough for her.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you know you've got Mrs. Seymour first on your list.
Mrs. Seymour Bowles, you mean?
Yeah, I could swap her over to Rana's.
Done. And not a word to Rana about this.
My lips are sealed. Thanks.
Come in. Mrs. Helm, come in. Nice to meet you. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.
Sit down, please. Now, Mrs. Helm.
Oh, Jessie, please, Doctor.
Jessie, I understand your doctor's leaving you.
Well, in a manner of speaking, yes. He's packing up and going back to Pakistan. He says he wants to put something back into his own country. We can't blame him, can you, when you see the way the National Health Service is going at the moment?
No, quite. But we are trying to do our best.
No, please, don't think I am criticising. Our Joe has given us glowing reports of Riverside.
Right, now back to you, Mrs. Helm. I take it you're in good health, hmm?
Oh, fighting fit.
Good. No major operations, illnesses?
No, I've never had a day's hospital in my life.
Good. And you're not worried about anything?
I told you I'm fighting fit. You can ask our Joe if you don't believe me.
No, that won't be necessary. But I will have to arrange a medical examination, of course.
Oh.
No, only a formality, I'm sure.
Oh, sorry, Mac.
No, it's okay. I think we've just about finished here, haven't we, Jessie?
Just to remind you, there's a partners meeting tonight, okay? So just be back from the golf course in time.
Oh, you're playing golf this afternoon. I hope the weather holds.
Thank you.
Don't forget now.
No. It's Kate, our practice manager. If you have a word with her on the way out, I'm sure she can fix you up with an appointment.
She's a bit familiar, isn't she? I mean, calling you Mac like that. Mind you, the Irish are a very forward race. Well, pushy, I'd call them. But still, they do make very good nurses, Irish girls. I suppose they're prepared to put up with the low wages and that. When you think where they've come from. Have you seen Angela's Ashes?
I've read the book. Mrs. Helm, Kate's my wife.
Oh.
And my ancestors were Irish.
But you're supposed to be Scottish.
Everything working okay?
Yeah, thank goodness. I'm so behind now.
Right, who's next?
How'd it go? All right?
Oh, not for me, I don't think.
Why? What's the matter? What's wrong with Dr. McGraw? He's lovely.
I'm sure he is, if you can drag him off the golf course.
Nan? Oh!
Oh, no, not again.
I am going outside. You had better come with me.
Still having trouble?
Oh, our system just can't cope. Finding the right software is impossible. I was never an expert on computers, but I feel like a right idiot when these salespeople come in, you know, explaining about their fancy new programs.
Join the club.
All I want is a nice human being to tell me in words a 3-year-old can understand just what their software will or will not do. Is that too much to ask for?
Have you forgotten that I have to work here? Do you have to be so rude?
I speak as I find, Joanna, you know that.
Yeah, well, you'll find me out of a job in a minute.
Well, it's not my fault if your doctors don't come up to scratch.
Oh, I do not need this today.
Now, that blonde lady,
Dr. Thompson.
she's nice. I think I could get on with her.
What's the matter? Calm down. Try and take a deep breath. Right. That's it. You're going back to the doctor. Come on. I wanted to see what you're going through. Now, come on.
Well, goodbye, Mrs. Helm.
Hi, thank you.
That was quick. Well,
Oh, no, I don't think so.
why? What's wrong with Helen?
Cold heavens.
Nan?
Oh, and she's got no sense of humour. She's ever so prissy. I couldn't talk about women's things with her. It'd be like talking to a nun.
Well, I know. Dr. Powers would be right up your street.
Oh, is that Caroline Power? Oh, I know. You've told me about her. Oh, I think we get on like a house on fire. Which is her office?
Well, you can't see her. She's not in today.
Why not?
Well, she's on a course learning to be a police surgeon.
Oh, now that's more like it. Well, why can't I come back and see her tomorrow?
Because I want to get you sorted out today.
Tina Bennett. I spoke to Dr. Thompson on the mobile. She needs to see her now.
Yes, of course. Are you all right?
She wouldn't be here if she was, would she?
No, you know your way, don't you?
Thanks.
Well, we're running out of options, Nan. There's Steve Rawlings, but he's out on visits all day. That's it. I'm just going to have to talk nicely to Rana.
Rana?
Dr. Mystery.
Indian doctor?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Indian doctors. They're ever so nice and polite and ever so thorough.
Orange. He's painted the front room bright orange. When I left this morning, it was apple white and magnolia. I get back, it's had a complete makeover. I mean, what's it coming to when I don't know what colour my walls are from one minute to the next? It's driving me insane.
I did it for you!
You might have asked me first.
That was your suggestion!
Look, this isn't helping the situation. Let's just calm down, shall we?
I pointed at it in a magazine, that's all.
I thought you were saying you liked it.
Please, Mr. Bennett, just sit down.
I'm sorry.
I did like it. It's just like I can't make any decisions anymore. You do everything for me, whether I want you to or not. Cups of tea in the morning, tidying the house, doing the shopping.
And you're complaining?
Yes, because if I leave a cup of tea to go cold, I get it in the neck from you. And woe betide me if I mess up your kitchen.
Our kitchen?
No, no. It used to be our kitchen. It used to be our house till Handy Andy decided to paint it bright orange.
So this is what's brought on the panic attack?
Yes. I mean, it's bad enough he's driving me round the bend, but he's doing it when I'm ill.
You're ill? You didn't tell me that.
I'm going through the menopause, not that you'd notice you're so selfish.
Me? Selfish?
Look, if you just listen to each other rather than point scoring, we might get somewhere.
What did you say? The menopause? But she's too young, isn't she?
Yes, I think you are.
What?
Well, we won't know for certain until we get the results, but I have to say I'm not convinced you're going through the menopause.
What's wrong with me then?
Well, that's what we're here to find out.
And so the lawyer said, if they're a fiver, I'll take the 3.
You didn't tell me your Dr. Mystery was so funny, Joe.
Well, I'll be waiting for that invitation to Sunday lunch, Jessie.
What?
He's too young.
Oh, Nan, I don't know what else to do. You've been through all the available doctors and none of them were good enough for you. Dr. Hilary Jones wouldn't be good enough for you.
I heard that. What about your Dr. Rawlings?
I've told you, Nan, he's out on visits all days. He's not going to be back till at least 5 o'clock.
Well, I don't mind waiting.
I'm sure you don't.
Go ahead, Tina.
You're suffocating me, Roy. I don't know what I like anymore. You do all the cooking, you buy all the food, you decide what we do in the evening, who we go out with. I don't know who I am anymore. Don't apologise. I just want you to see what you're doing to me. Every time you start to fuss over me, I get all panicky.
I don't fuss.
Yes, you do.
Tina's suffering from panic attacks. I think they could be brought on by the pressure you're both under at home.
You're saying all this is my fault?
Of course not. I just think we should look at what's causing this stress between you. There's more to this than orange walls and who does the cooking. Wouldn't you say so, Roy?
I'm never going to get another job, am I? Well, not one I want, anyway. I know everybody says I should be positive, but it's hard when you get rejection after rejection.
Oh, Roy.
You read the papers, you watch Kilroy, and you see all those blokes whose lives have been ruined by redundancy, and they're not men anymore. You lose your job, then you lose your self-respect, then your wife's respect, and then you lose your wife. I'm not going to let that happen to me.
You're not going to lose me. I love you.
Really? Why? I don't work. I'm not good enough to get a job. I haven't got any mates.
You've got loads of friends.
But they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to see me because it's embarrassing. Can't talk shop in front of me, you see. Anyway, I hate going for a drink with them.
Why?
Because I don't earn any money. I'd have to ask Tina for the cash to go out. It's humiliating. It's bad enough when I do the shopping. It's you that pays for all the food, the house, the car. Well, I'm sorry if you think I'm fussing. And I'm sorry if it drives you mad, but at least I'm doing something, and I'm doing it for you. At least you know I'm here. At least you need me.
You never said. I didn't know.
I tried. But it's not easy to talk about these things.
Can you call back in the morning? Thanks. Bye-bye.
Call me a cab, will you, love?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nan. I was sure I'd be back by 5:30.
Never mind.
Shall I try and fit you in tomorrow?
Oh, don't worry, Joe. Some things aren't meant to be. See you Sunday.
Oh, you wait there. You're not going anywhere without a hug. Oh. Love you. See ya.
Tina, I need you to sign for the test. She won't be a minute, Roy.
I'll wait outside.
Try not to worry. We see this kind of thing a lot with redundancy. And I'll arrange for some counselling.
I just wish he'd told me sooner.
Men always bottle these kind of things up. But if we can help him to talk about his depression and encourage him to, believe me, we're halfway there.
Thanks.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I think you must have dropped this.
Oh, thank you, young man. Here, you keep it. Go on. Don't spend it on drink, mind.
Oh, is this thing still not fixed?
Yeah, Kate's computer nerd was stumped.
Really?
Ellen, tell me honestly, do I look like I live on the streets?
Well, why'd you ask?
No, just something some old beer, certainly.
1 minute, what old dear?
She's just gone out for a cab.
Oh, stop! Stop there! Phone! Oh!
I better get down the DIY store again. Buy some more Magnolia.
You should be on the telly. Make a fortune on changing rooms.
Do you like it then?
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Thanks.
Do you want a cup of tea? Sit down, I'll put the kettle on.
Roy.
Oh, I better move these tins.
Roy.
I'm doing it again, aren't I?
Yep.
Sorry.
It's all right. At least you realise what you're doing now.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad we talked about things and that we're going to try and sort things out.
Definitely. I love you. What did I do without you?
Fuss too much, that's what.
Well, you look to be in pretty good health to me.
Oh, I've always been strong. Brought up 5 lads on my own and never had a day off sick when I was working.
Well, I hope you're taking things a little easier now.
You know how it is. I reckon the more active you are, the longer you live.
Something of an old wives' tale, I think you'll find. But there might be something in it. Right, Mrs. Helm, welcome to Riverside.
Oh, you mean...
I'd be delighted to be a doctor. If you'll help me, of course.
Oh, yes, please.
Well, if you'd just like to see the receptionist, I'm sure she can see about getting your notes over from Dr. Khan.
Doctor, there is just one thing I'd like to ask you.
Right, all done. You can get down now. I'll have to refer you to some pills for some tests.
Tests?
Yeah, well, the symptoms you described, headaches, blurred vision, vomiting, they could all be indicators of several things, but it's best to be on the safe side.
Should I be worried, Doctor?
I don't think worrying ever did anybody any good, Mrs. Helm. No, I'd advise you to carry on with your life as normal.
Oh.
It's probably just a virus. Nothing to worry about.
Oh, right. Well, I'd better get off. Or our Joe will be wondering what's kept me. Oh, that's a pretty girl.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. My wife.
Oh. Oh, well, thank you, Doctor. Goodbye.
I'll get it. Unless you want to get it.
Don't be daft.
Hello? Oh, Dr. Thompson. Yeah, hang on, I'll get her.
Actually, it was you I wanted to have a word with, Roy. Tina tells me you're a bit of a whiz at designing computer programs.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of setting up my own consultancy. You know, with my redundancy money.
Really? You sound just like the man we're looking for.
Cheerio, Jessie.
Oh, goodbye, Dr. Rawlings, and thank you.
My pleasure. Is this your taxi?
Take care, Nan. Mwah. I'll see you on Sunday.
I love you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, I hope I don't have many more days like that one.
What do you mean?
I mean her. She's been travelling around the bend. Hope you know what you're letting yourself in for.
Hey, I won't have you talking about the patients like that. She's top to your gran.
Here, everything's all right with her, isn't it?
Of course it is. Like you say, tough as old boots. It's in the blood, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Steve. You've made an old woman very happy.